Next up, we have Sin-Smelted Scoriae from the Deepwoken OST by Nactigonis. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track, so I will be pausing a lot as I will be pointing things out as I hear them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take, so whatever happens. So Divas reminded me afterwards. So yeah, with that being said, Sin-Smelted Scoriae, Deepwoken, this is a Roblox game, that is my understanding. And Nactigonis, if you see this, hi. Let's check out what you got. I'm not holding back. Let's see what you got. Let me just okay. Oh, it's bugging. Okay, so we start with a beat and a very beautiful violin / viola line, giving us what could be our motif. We're having a simple drum beat, the violin motif. Motif being the smallest version of our musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. Very, very beautiful so far. We're 4 seconds in. I just wanted to point that out. Let's see where it goes. And we have a bass. It's a bit tricky to tell whether or not it's a bass or a guitar. It's not a bad thing. It's just I'm having a difficult time hearing it due to the distortion. Usually the thing that is distorted is a guitar, so chances are it's a guitar doing what is called power chords. Power chords is a very easy type of chord that we now have, and yeah. There's that. Oh. Okay, so yeah, we're doing all of this stuff with the power chords. Very simple, usually 2-note chords, and it's very, very much a lovely thing. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what happened there. So let's see where this goes. There we go. We got the drums. So yeah, we're having this melody going. I love it. So the guitar, and I think it's a bass. I think it might actually be a bass. It's just more rare to hear a bass there, but it's also, yeah, it's. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm having a hard time telling, and that's a good thing, because when it comes to this kind of distortion, sometimes you do want to blur the lines, and it doesn't matter which instrument it is. What matters is that it's coupling this viola so beautifully, so absolutely beautifully. It's just they are doing parallel motion. And I think they're panned. Hang on, let me see. No, they're not. They're not panned. I think it is a. I'm having a hard time telling. But most importantly, I did mention parallel motion, right? So when it comes to counterpoint is the study of melodies, how they interact with each other, how they do all of these different things, right? And right now we're having several types of, I just was reading something. So counterpoint, we have motion, right? Melodies have motion. They can go up, they can go down, they can move forward, stop, whatever it is. And there are 3 relative types of motion when it comes to counterpoint: parallel, similar, or contrary. And these are all motion, right? So parallel motion is when both melodies, or all melodies, usually it's 2 that we're comparing, are doing the exact same thing, parallel to each other, pretty much just doing the same melodies just from different points in the scale. Similar motion is usually one is holding more or less the same, and the other one is engaging in more variation than that. And contrary just means if one goes up, the other one goes down, and if the other one goes up, then the other one goes down, and that is kind of thing. How do you fix I? We're gonna have to check that after. So you were accidentally banned. Let me just unban you right away. Unban. There you go. I fixed it. Sorry about that, Diddy. So yeah, there we go. We have the yeah. Somebody just got accidentally banned. So we have this type of motion going out to review Eurobeat only if it's part of a game. So yeah, we have this going on, and we're having parallel motion going. Sometimes similar motion between this violin and everything. It's insane. Thanks for hanging out, all three. Have a good night. So yeah, there we go. Let's see where it goes. Beautiful motif. Oh. Like, I'm surprised how much, how spacious this is sounding, considering just very few that they're trying to stretch the. Oh, okay, so you were trying to move things around, and the chat took offense to that, and it accidentally banned. Okay, good to know. Good to know that you were just trying to mess around with the button. So there you go. You're not banned from this channel. It was an accident. So there we go. No, it wasn't your fault. It was an accident. But it's good. It's a good thing that we just cleared that out. So we have 3 layers of music going on right now, from what I can hear. The string instrument, which could be a violin or a viola. The other one, which could be a guitar or a bass, and the drums. And these are playing so well in their own space that it sounds like there's a lot more going on. And yeah, this is really good. So Yari, so remind me after this. We'll discuss it. So let's see. Variations on the motif. Variations giving us species counterpoint. Monarch, welcome today. How you doing? So species counterpoint is another type of counterpoint that we have, which is a more specific use. So species counterpoint is relative to how many notes are played in comparison. So species, usually we have the 1-to-1 kind, which means instrument A plays one note, instrument B plays one note. Then it starts going up, right? So 2-to-1, instrument 1 plays one note, instrument 2 plays 2 notes. You can have 3-to-2. I think that's the only other one that can really go there. Like 2-to-3, like one instrument plays 2 notes, the other one plays 3. But other than that, it's going to be like X number compared to 1. So species 3 is going to be for every 1 note instrument A plays, the other one plays 3. Species 4, 1-to-4. Species 5, 1-to-5. That kind of thing. Like sometimes you will have like species 3-to-5, those kind of weird combinations, but it's all usually just the same concept of how many notes per note, relatively speaking, and that's what's happening right now. This violin, I'm going to just call it a violin for the sake of simplicity. You know what? No, I'm going to call it a viola for the sake of... No, it was pretty high. So violin, the violin is playing the melody, and usually the violin, and I'm going to call it a bass, are pretty much aligned with one another whenever the notes hit. But every once in a while now, the violin is adding a couple of extra notes, and the number of hits from the guitar is still the same, causing species counterpoint, and it just sounds very beautiful. Let's see where it goes. Very lovely. Okay, so it is a guitar. It's not a bass. First off, I was wrong. And second, this is a fairly rare thing to see. We have a violin playing chords. So why is it rare for a violin to play chords? Mainly because of the structure of a violin. As you can see, the violin, let me see if there's a, here you go, here's an angle. The violin strings are not flat. The violin strings are arched. However, you are playing it with a flat bow. And the effect of that is that playing more than 2 notes at the same time becomes very difficult. And it's fairly rare to have a violin playing more than 1 note, because usually when you have a violin, you're going to have more than one violin player, and you're just going to get more than 1 violin. So each violin plays 1 note, and that is it. However, if you have a violin playing notes, and in this case, since it's a solo violin, it makes sense. We are having the violin playing chords version of its notes, even though the violin has a limitation that you can really only play 2 notes at the same time because of how the bridge is set up. So, tricky thing to compose. Pulled it off. So, let's see. Precisely because of that, Yanis, that we won't do it. Yeah. There we go, so. Another version of the melody. Okay, so we engage now in a solo. We are now in a violin solo. So when it comes to structure and all that kind of stuff, and PW7Z, welcome to the mosh pit, thank you for the follow. When it comes to this kind of stuff, usually you will have structure, and everything is going to have structure, and you're going to be exploring the motif and all that kind of stuff, except when it comes to a solo. There are 3 overall places nowadays where you can really do whatever you want and it's going to work. A solo, when it's the soloist instrument, you don't need to come with you don't need to bring in the motif or anything like that. When it comes to metal breakdowns, you can pretty much bring in whatever new material you want and it's going to work. And electronic music, dropping the beat. It's very free form, and you can, as long as it sounds cool, you can get away with it. Which just goes to show that in music, theory isn't everything, and sometimes there is such a thing as the rule of cool. If it sounds cool enough, then it sounds cool enough, and you got it. So yeah, let's see where this goes, because now we are engaging in solo. Let's see where this goes. James Armett, I'm wearing an Amon Amarth shirt. Yes. Yes, I am a metalhead. If in case you couldn't tell. Let's see where it goes. Oh, yes, and we bring in a harpsichord. We bring in a harpsichord, one of my favorite keyboard instruments. I like the harpsichord better than the piano because it just sounds so classical to me, because the harpsichord is one of the instruments that predates the piano. Because the piano forte is the full name of the piano that we have right now. It was the first time a keyboard instrument had dynamics. So dynamics is how loud or how quiet you can play an instrument. And before that, you know, an instrument like the harpsichord, the way it would work is that you would press the key. Nicoletta, welcome to the day. How you doing? You would press a key, and the mechanism would pluck the string, and it would just play on a single setting. It doesn't matter how hard or how soft you press the key, it's just going to play the string, right? Which was a tricky thing for the harpsichord, because you wouldn't have dynamics. But then when the pianoforte came to be, what we call now a piano, that the engineering, the hammers that it has, the speed at which they fall determines how loud the string is going to sound. So the harder you press the key, the louder the hammer is going to fall onto the strings, and the louder the strings are going to play. So because of that, now we have dynamics. So there is a trade-off with that, but just the harpsichord just has such a lovely sound, man. It just has such a I'm a sucker for harpsichord. I haven't put it in any of my songs because I just haven't been able to figure it out, or I haven't been able to fit a harpsichord in my own music. But I really, really, really love. I mean, not from any of my recent releases, but that's a different story. So yeah, no, we're having a very beautiful harpsichord. Let's just see where it goes. Playing the chords instead of the guitar. We bring back 2 more layers that we add to this, and we're basically just recapitulating We bring in the harpsichord. We bring in an extra, what I think it's an extra sound of the violin. It's an extra violin going up a little bit higher. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, I'm surprised at how relatively little, how relatively small this ensemble is for the size that it sounds. This is awesome. Let's see. The drums being a bit of unstable. So yeah, it's a guitar. So now we're having the guitar bringing us a new rhythm going on here, and at the same time, part of the residual sound is being taken advantage of, giving us like this little static sound, copying the rhythm ever so slightly off the rhythm. This is a really cool sound. It's really cool. I wonder how this happened, because it just sounds really cool. Let's see where this goes. And we're having the triplet sound. We bring this in. New section completely. This I could qualify as a breakdown. This I would qualify as a breakdown. This is completely, relatively new material, I would say, because I think this does have some semblance of the motif, but it is very, very cool. Rule of cool. Let's just see where it goes. We engage in virtuoso arpeggios. So, virtuoso playing is just when you exhibit skill. Virtuoso is what people used to call shredding. As you can hear, the violin is engaging in virtuoso arpeggios. Arpeggios is when you play a chord one note at a time, and it's happening really fast, and it sounds really, really cool. I just want to see where this goes. Ooh, the drum's going insane now. With another solo. So yeah, as I said, solos you can get away with just coming with completely new, relatively unrelated stuff, because the only thing that is playing material that we've done before is the guitar. The drum is doing a completely different beat. The violin is doing another solo, which I think we did before. So I think the guitar and the violin is doing are both doing things right now, but it's really cool. So let's see where it goes. Oh. Oh, there we go. Back up we go. And off the ramp we go. So, going off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means there's no academic term or no official term, or at least not I'm going to use it for the sake of simplicity, right? And going off the ramp is a way of transitioning between sections where you want to make your listener feel suspended up in the air, kind of like going off the ramp at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. How do you do that? Remove the drums. Remove the drums, maybe the bass as well. In this case, I think the bass has been doubled by the guitar. So, let's see. Yes, Nicoletta. Yes. Yes, it happened. And there you go, look at that. And we now have vocals doing the thing. And yes, Nicolette, it happened. No longer Noel asked me to do an LFA for one of his tracks, so yeah, he personally asked for it. So I obliged. Like, he joined the Discord and messaged me and everything. So yeah, we made an LFA. Yeah, if you're the creator of one of these and you want me to do an LFA on one of yours, I'll give you creator privilege. Yeah. So yeah, let's see where this goes, because now we are having this very cool another layer. So we replace the harpsichord basically with a vocal layer, and this is just really fun. Let's see where it goes. Oh no, the harpsichord is still there. Okay, the vocals are doubling the violin. They are playing the same thing the violin is, but because, you know, vocals, the human voice has such a different sound, it's going to give it a bit different timbre, and it's just really cool. Let me just see how this goes, because we've got a minute left. Just developing that motif in a way that it sounds like a solo. Oh, this is really cool. And we're continuing the... Man! Second layer of vocals. Now adding more to this. Bringing in the harpsichord again. We now have the violin. I can't hear the guitar. Ooh. Patchy, this is the last one of the day. Welcome to the day. And we do a bit of a mirror image of the start, but instead of having the guitar, we have the harpsichord, with the drums doing the same thing they were doing at the start, and the violin doing now a faster version. A faster variation of the motif. We've got 8 seconds left, as you see. Okay, and then we finish with these completely different drums, which I assume are going to lead on to the next track. Man, that was awesome. That was insane. We're not taking any more requests today, so you just wasted your points. So yeah, there you go. That was Sin-Smelted Scoriae from the Deepwoken OST. It's a Roblox game. How the hell is this a Roblox game? By Noctigiones. That was awesome. That was such a fun track. I'm biased because I love metal, but there you go. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, make sure, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like this video, share this video, turn on notifications, that bell thing, become a member. With those paid subscriptions, support this channel as much as you want, not at your own expense, though. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, you need to go to the Discord server, go to the LFA requests channel, follow the instructions on the pinned messages, and that's that. And if you want to catch these streams when we do them live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to know what time that is for you, link down below is the Discord and the Twitch channels, servers, with the schedule showing in your local time zone, the full schedule. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel. Games are Basterd. That's where I put the VODs of our gaming after shows whenever they happen, if they happen. Link down below, or just search for the username. Same username as James R. Basterd. You swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you... this was a boss fight, and it's the only track that plays during the fight. That last part is kind of just the outro. I'm pretty sure I haven't played it. Okay, and there you go. That was Sin-Smelted Scoriae. That was really cool, dude. That was awesome. That was awesome. But yeah, let's move on.